Episode 172, Brad Smith. God damn it, Xbox, shut up. Brad Smith, sorry. Brad Smith, my buddy. Yeah, I was playing Watch Dogs. You ever played Watch Dogs?
I really have only enough time to work and occasionally drink alcohol, but no, I don't.
It's some it's video game where you're some hacker.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's some video game where you're a hacker. Or are you coming in? You're like responding to me in delays. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, no, I think it's.
Yeah, you're a little blotchy yourself, man.
Well, goddamn. Well, let's see. Come along and ride on a fantastic.
Here, how about?
Can you hear me now? We good?
I can hear you now. I can't see you now.
Well, god damn it, Rob. What did I say, Rob? Brad? We're good. Fuck it. Let's start talking.
Yeah.
It's some hacking video game, but you're supposed to go in, you're Hackerman 9000, you go in with your cell phone and you're hacking it and everything. I haven't been doing that though. I haven't even played one mission in the game. I just started the intro and I robbed a cop. I took his gun, and now I've just been clawing my way up the food chain of weapons. I've been shooting EMT workers, and then the cops will come and I'll shoot them and I'll take their shotguns, then they'll kill me. But I'll respawn with the shotgun. So then I kill more cops until the SWAT team comes. Then I get an M4. So I wanted the audio to play while I was talking to you, because it was just screaming and shooting right before I called you. But
that's very fitting.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say, because I see those two sexy weapons.
Yeah. So what episode are we on? You said 172?
172, 171, 172, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Big dick energy.
You're gonna hit that big 200 soon, right?
The big 200.
Yeah.
That's probably in October.
Have I been the most reoccurring person you've had on your podcast, or does Dale Comstock have me beat?
Dale might have you beat. Probably Rob, who is my older brother, one of my older brothers, one of his best friends. I think I've had Rob on 20 times, but Rob is a distant first place. You might be a second, it might be Dale, but Rob is a distant first place. He has no one's coming close to him. So,
damn,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So let's just break into those fucking guns right there. What the fuck are those?
Oh yeah. I'm glad you asked. It's not like I just strategically placed them there or anything. No, so a little background for everyone watching the podcast. When Tommy actually texted me, I was at the gun store. I'm like, bro, I'm about to buy some fucking guns.
Merc.
And I certainly bought some guns, man. This is a Colt M4. It's semi-automatic. It's not full auto or 3-round burst. Colt has discontinued civilian sales 2019, and I finally found a second one of the bitches. So that's what I was there for. But this is my first one. Red dot, tactical flashlight.
Fuck yeah.
But beyond that, it's unloaded. Chamber's empty. There's no magazine.
Yeah.
I mean, I clear these fuckers beforehand.
Yeah.
But beyond the second M4, this is the one I just picked up.
Ooh.
Right? Brown. Flat desert earth.
Ooh. I like it. I like it.
Actually, this one's 50,000 rifles older than my M4.
Oh, yeah?
You can just tell by the serial number. This one is an LE405, and my other one is an LE45. So 50,000 rifles older.
I thought you were going to say 50,000 years older. I was like, Brad, what kind of a fucking moron do you take me for? This one was back with the ancient Egyptians. King Tut used to wield this motherfucker. How do you think they got the pyramids built?
I actually found a really, really beautiful unicorn, man.
Yeah?
Check this shit out. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Anyone that loves guns know exactly what this fucker is. AK pattern.
I was about to say
rifle.
I was about to say it's
a shotgun.
Oh, I was gonna say it's got some AK vibes.
No, yeah, it's the same platform. However, 20 rounds out.
Wait, what'd you say it's called?
It's a Saiga, SAIGA, I think, -12.
I was literally just using. I didn't know what it was. And SG, it said SG-12 in Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
I was just mowing down civilians at a shopping plaza with an SG-12 before I was shot between the eyes by a cop.
Yeah, so believe it or not, my wife said, don't come home without a shotgun. And then I sent her a picture of this, and she's like, you got to get it, man. I'm like,
shout out Brad. Sure? Shout out Brad's wife. Powerful.
Seriously, wife of the year.
As the flag billows. America. As the flag billows. I mean, yeah, man, it's getting wild out there.
No, my wife has noticed that I've been working a lot and has her a couple toys.
Fuck yeah.
However, some civil unrest kind of fueled her decision too.
Absolutely, man.
In Minnesota, it's imminent. It kind of sucks. I mean, I just wish everyone would
get along.
Sing Kumbaya. Seriously.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah. It's
seriously.
You don't see anyone with guns going psychotic.
No, no, absolutely not.
Exactly.
See people like me, just doing what I do best. I mean, shoot guns.
You're literally going to work, take care of the kid. Like, it's the people out there screaming right now have missed a couple of days of medications. They've got probably an extra 100 pounds on them. Their hair is, I'm going to say, neon green or neon blue. Green. Yeah, maybe only one side of the face.
Rings.
Yeah, guy or girl, they haven't decided. That's what they are, and which is fine. I mean, I'm making fun of it, but which is fine. If that's the way you know what, that was shallow. I was aiming at people for how they look, and that's pretty. That's not a valid argument, so I apologize. I take that back. No, it's people that just have nothing better to do, and those are people that you look at and they're out there screaming. And I'm not saying there is not legitimate reasons for civil unrest. There are a lot of shootings of unarmed black people, but goddamn, there are a lot of people out there that it looks like it's like, man, I wonder what that person's home looks like. Have they made their bed today? How are they going to topple the patriarchy and the and the petrodollar tyrannical government? But it's like the meme I always see. It's like, if gun owners were the one with, Jesus, I'm having a stroke. It's like there's 500 million guns in the United States and over a trillion rounds of ammunition with a T. If gun owners were the problem, you'd know. Like,
seriously.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, the old saying of, everyone that walks into a gun show always walks out. I mean, if guns were really as dangerous as people say they are,
everyone that walks into a gun show.
I'll tell you right now, I should be screaming for my life right now.
Yeah, if everyone that goes into a gun show, they also leave. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right, and it's God damn, man. I mean, it's getting now. Do you think it's actually getting crazier out there, or do you think the media is zooming in, is poking the eye? Like, it's undeniably getting wild, but is it getting as ratcheted up as we think? Is they make it look? Because everywhere I go, it just seems chill.
The only reason why I think that it is going to get worse is because whatever the decision is with this Kyle, whatever his last name is, whatever the decision on that court case is, and whatever the decision on the
George Floyd cops,
Minneapolis police officers,
Chauvin, yeah.
No matter what the decision is, there's going to be a riot.
A backlash. I mean, it doesn't matter.
If both of them are acquitted, Black Lives Matter. Well, yeah, Black Lives Matter. But if they're convicted, you might have some police supporters or people that support Trump. I don't want to discriminate against them or
sure.
forgot the word, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
Generalizations. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to do that, but I can see that happening.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be a clear cut,
Yeah.
It's not that there's a tightrope that we can walk. There is, you're falling to
the suburbs.
Yeah.
So I'm not too afraid.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Man.
But
it started with COVID. It started to kind of solidify my feelings about it. And now with all the riots, this has completely cemented my feelings. Because, like, I lived in Atlanta for 15 years, Georgia for 15 years, and moved up here in Maryland in 2016, where it's just my parents. Like, and it's been long enough that, like, I really don't talk to anyone from down there. Aside from, like, a couple very close friends, I don't,
Is there a reason why?
No, it's 7 years since graduated college. I'm 30. It's most of them are married now, kids. It's just, in general, all my friends are very intelligent. So they're all like doctors or lawyers or pharmacists or accountants. They're all very respectful individuals. But the point is so, like, I don't want kids, and I never have, and I just want to work on this podcast. But I began thinking, like, what am I actually going to do once it starts making money? Like, I have really no desire to stay in Maryland. Like, I don't have any ties here. And I was like, well, I guess I can go anywhere. Where do I want to live? And
what's tying you down?
Well, right now I have zero money, so I'm living at home with my parents. But if I can get money, I'm from New Hampshire, but I also haven't lived there since 2001.
Yeah.
Point of me going on this whole rant is, with COVID and now the riots, is completely solidified my feelings of, like, you know what? It doesn't matter where I live. I think I'm just gonna go get a place way out in the sticks. Like, I don't want to go like Alaskan, like, frontiersman. Like, I don't want to go Dick Prenicky. I don't want that. I do want civilization nearby. But, like, I wouldn't mind being, like, 20 minutes outside of a small town. Right?
Before you continue, your story is very important.
No, it's not. It doesn't fucking matter at all. Let's get to the guns.
Do you mind if I just load ammunition?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Just want to make sure.
I'm insulted you had to ask. I'm insulted you had to ask, frankly. I'm insulted you had to ask, Brad.
Oh well.
You owe me a lotioned up back rub. You already owe me 3, and now you goddamn know I will. Tit for tat, brother. But yeah, no, it's not an interesting story at all. But that's what I was just thinking. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's I already kind of I love the hermit lifestyle. I don't like being around people for that long. Just period. Never have. Not in college. Just pre-med. Not now. I wouldn't mind a girlfriend or a wife. Anything beyond that's that's just not who I am. Yeah. You know what? Just watching the whole kind of world, because I think 2020. I think this is an anomaly. I don't think that this is the new normal. There's going to be riots and pandemics nonstop. I think we're at a weird spot, just like the late 60s and early 70s were a weird spot. I don't think it's the new normal.
I honestly think February of next year, everything will be back to normal.
Episode 172. August 31st, 5:19 p.m. August 31st, 2020. You heard Brad say it first. February 2021. Is he going to eat his words? Who knows? Because I say that because way earlier this year, I was like, COVID's going to come and go like nothing. And I had to eat.
You remember that one guy that you almost had on the podcast was like, bro, I have to go prepare for this.
I bring him up all the time.
Yeah.
That guy is a boss. I don't even remember his name. He ran a UFO channel, and I found him online, and I wanted to talk about UFOs. And it was like 10 minutes beforehand, and he was like, yeah, I remember it was on Reddit. He was like, bro, can't do it. And I was like, oh, it's all right, man. I was like, you mind me asking why? And he's like, COVID is going to be coming to California. They think it's already here, and they're going to start shutting down the state, quarantining. Like, I've already got ammo, and like, I need to go get like food for like, or I need to go get water for my like freeze-dried food. And I was like, I was in a scoffing way. I was like, "Fucking nut job." My God,
he was right.
I was thinking, I was like, but the thing is I brought this up. It was in the 20s with Bradley Wenzel, the aviation photographer. I had him on instead. And I remember telling him that very same story. I was like, "Yo, I just got off the phone with this guy," and I was like, "Do you believe that?" And like, even he looked at me and was like, "What the fuck?" We were both laughing. We're like, "What a prepper." sucking the big humble dick. Like,
right? Yeah.
Shout out that guy.
Too paranoid. What the fuck?
Shout out that guy. No. He had the last laugh. Shout out whoever you are if you're listening. I don't even know your name. Never did. Yeah. Shout out and my apologies.
So you remember our last podcast, right?
Kanye 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I up until today, I've been working straight.
Jesus.
I haven't had a day off up until today. Was one of those.
I'm gonna find that episode. I'm gonna find that episode. I'm gonna see what day it was. Keep talking.
Yeah. And man, I'm telling you right now, my wife said, "Hey, let's probably spend some time with the family." I went to my boss the following day, and I'm like, "Hey, I need a day off."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I got the day off, which is nice. They're kind of starting to relax on the whole mandatory overtime.
Yeah, man. Life isn't going to slow down for you. That's
no.
It's not going to.
I might as well go as fast as I can while I'm as young as I am.
True, dude. I can't even find the last episode. Okay, I went back into the let's see. When were you first on? You were first on. Was it the 30s or the 20s? Was your first?
I think
episode?
It might have been a 29 or something like that.
Let's see. Brad Smith. 20. Nope. 33. Was that your second episode? I don't know. I think 38. Brad's. Were you before that? Let's see. Looking at the thumbnails.
Jeez.
No. The episode I was just talking about with Bradley Wenzel, where we're making fun of that COVID guy, that was 215 days ago. So I don't even. That's the problem. Is it doesn't give you a date.
Yeah.
But let's find the most recent episode with you. So you were on 38. 38, Brad Smith. Okay. And then you came on a second time, and that's when we came up with our movie, Torque.
Yep.
Which was supposed to come out this summer, but, the pandemic. So Torque is going to be summer 2021. Sorry, everybody. That was 181 days ago. That was 6 months yesterday. Jesus Christ. But you came on for Kanye 2020, which was not the 70s. Let's see, maybe the 80s. 86. 128 days ago. So you worked 128 days straight.
So 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4 months? 4 months and 8 days?
4 months, 1 week, 1 day. Goddamn, son.
No, I'll tell you right now, it honestly just blurs into one big fucking day. Seriously.
The same thing with these podcasts, man.
I didn't even know, man. Oh, holy hell.
The same day. Dude, but that's how I look at these. Because I can go on, and it always has. Let me for the people watching, the screen will be a little bigger if I do it this way. So like okay, let's see. So like there's Paul Whitcomb, so it says first 20 days and 22 hours, right? Yep. Okay, but every once in a while I'll just go look at one just to, and it never ceases to amaze me how long ago they are. Just any of them. I just look at them, I'm like, no way. Yeah. No way. So, let's see. Last time Dale Comstock was... Well, it's been a while. He moved back to Bali. It's been 76 days. Jesus Christ in heaven.
Damn, dude.
Episode 100 was 102 days ago. Like, it gets weird, man. It gets really, like... None of it feels like that. Akira the Dawn...
Yeah.
131 days ago, and I know anyone listening is like, yeah, no shit, time passes, dumbass. Like, but it's
when you actually are just working constantly, it blurs.
That's one thing that's helped me a lot with just work ethic in general in 2020. Yeah. Is I was meditating one day and I got this like image of like what a good way to look at long-term goals, and it's like. Obviously, you can there's only 24 hours. You can only do what you can do today. Don't get like,
Yep.
I can't get into med school in one day. You got a lot of months and years. But that's a given, right? And be kind to others and other stupid shit you learn, right? But one day I was like, what's a good way to like look at long-term goals? And it's the image I got in my head was, you know, those like trucks that like paint the lines on the streets.
Yes.
So they're driving. They don't drive that fast, but let's pretend they're actually going like 70, right? And they're just they barely poke the ground, and that's how you get these 30-foot dotted lines. But to them, it just looks like poking. But in reality, it's these long swaths. So one of how I start to visualize it, I was like, find something very little to do every day, and do it every single day, and the river of time or the road of time is flying past you. You can't see it right now, but sure enough, and it's going to be a week, a month, 128 days. And so that's how I started with the podcast. I was like, what if I just do like 5 a week? And with audiobooks, I'm like, what if I just listen to like 2 hours of audiobooks a day, period? What if I make sure I put away $10 a day? Like, what if I just do that? And at first it's so slow because you're like, I want it to go faster. Fuck, I'm only on episode 35. You're like, come on, like build up faster. Okay, I'm not learning enough. But yeah, now I blink and it's like episode 172 and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? It's like Audible library, 200 books, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yep. 1 second.
God damn it. There you go, Brad.
There we go. It was just a warning. My battery's at 20%.
No, you're fine.
Don't worry. It'll make it the full hour.
Good. But
yeah,
man. But enough of that gay shit. Let's get back into the guns.
Yeah. Okay. They're pretty.
You still have earplugs in?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, they're my wife's. I don't know if you can see it, but they're fucking pink.
Oh, well, yeah.
I totally lost my black ones.
Oh.
No idea.
Oh, they looked skin color. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
can you
fold your ass?
Yeah. Dipshit. You thought it was cauliflower ear.
No, so the M4s, I would honestly love to pick up a couple more, but they're getting more and more rare. So, I mean, the one that I just picked up was $1,800.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But I mean, when you actually look at factory-made Colt parts, in a couple of years, I mean, a simple spring will probably be worth $15-$20. I mean, I could honestly strip the parts off of one rifle and sell it for damn near what I paid for the rifle.
That's insane. How come Colt's not making civilian sales anymore?
They are too afraid of getting sued if one of their firearms are used in a mass shooting.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yep. So now they only sell to law enforcement and military.
That's so fucking stupid.
Colt is the gold standard for the military. I mean, law enforcement. If you see an AR-15 in a cop car, it's a Colt. It's a Colt M4, semi-automatic.
But that's some little dick energy,
right?
I can't. That's some little dick energy. I'm sorry. It gets the thumbs down. I'm sorry. I mean, I know they're awesome weapons, but that's just some.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I get why they think it's a good tactical move. I think it's retarded, but
yeah, no, it's
that's capitalism. If I don't like it, go to a different company. I got to practice what I preach.
They are completely, but I mean, they're a private company. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
They're now what H&K is to the American public, and H&K won't actually sell to the. Well, actually, no. I changed my mind. They actually said that they do not like selling to the American public. They would only sell to the military and law enforcement if they had their way.
Why? Why is that?
Same thing.
Same shit.
1 sec. Yeah. And I mean, they're all right to have their opinion, but as soon as they state that opinion, I mean, the civilian market in the United States is worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
We can barely keep ammunition in stock anywhere. I was just out. I mean, that was a part of my errands I told you I had. I was buying guns, buying some ammunition. Why? Because I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, ammunition's completely wiped out. Matter of fact, before I applied to the paper mill, I sent in my resume to the Federal Ammunition Company.
Oh yeah.
And they recently just got back to me, and they're like, "Hey, we need forklift operators, man. We can't load trucks fast enough." And I'm like, probably should have gotten back to me a couple of years ago, bro.
Yeah. Dude, I know someone that works for a 6 Hour.
Really?
Yeah. They do machinery. They machine the guns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you when I can tell you when we're not recording. It's not fair to that individual for me to divulge. I mean, they won't care if I tell you. It's that's not fair. I mean,
we could do it off camera.
Wink, wink, nod. Yeah, no, they won't give a shit. It's not my. I'm trying to like say personal names less in general, just on the podcast, because it's not fair to them. They're not here to defend themselves, or they didn't volunteer to be on this shit show. So,
no. I try to keep as many personal details to myself.
Yeah.
Even much so, like I tried turning on the air conditioner here in the living room, so you wouldn't hear like the occasional cry from my son.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about in the podcast? I just have this weird variety of just stupid, well, not even stupid, just this weird variety of like talents and careers or jobs I've had.
Brad, you know for a fact I don't give a shit. No, not about your talents and careers. I just don't give a shit what we talk about on the podcast.
Really?
I don't.
No.
It is a rarity that I set out with a topic with a specific guest. That's how a lot of guests, like the first date, you and me, Armored Trucks, that's the first date. But now we're on our fourth date, so now we're getting out like the handcuffs and the whip and the pink
like the hot wax.
Yeah. Now we're getting weird. So I mean, we've already directed a movie together.
I like that.
We've already directed a movie together. We've already.
Well then, I have a story for you. Then.
All right. Yeah, we've already created Kanye's campaign.
This is the story of Little Jimmy. Maybe you've seen this. Have I shown you this?
You have not. Garda. So that's a big ass fucking. Explain it for the people not watching.
This is a plate carrier. Okay. This is a ballistic vest.
Yeah.
Depending on what plates you put in it, depends on what rifle round, handgun round, whatever bullet it can stop. Right now, I have level 3 plates in it. It can stop up to 7.62 by 54R.
Jeez.
Mosin Nagant, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the specific feet per second and weight of the bullet that it will stop, but I'll tell you right now, anything larger and still really bad.
Yeah.
So front and back plates. I don't have my side plates in, but this. And the story is of Little Jimmy. Little Jimmy is the best.
Okay.
So Little Jimmy, when fully loaded, weighs 27 pounds, 30 pounds, I think.
Okay.
Just because of the steel in it. And this is how we used to haze the messengers, the new ones that just got armed. And new messengers, I think they were really cool, like, yeah, I'm a cool rent-a-cop. I got a gun. Let's chew some bubble gum and wear some aviators.
Yeah.
I do 2 of those, by the way.
Yeah.
Bubble gum and aviators.
Yeah.
But only the cool rent-a-cops get to carry guns and touch money. Well, the goal of the hazing was to make them wear this the full day.
Okay.
Only a couple could. I mean, 10 stops in when you're carting around a couple 100 pounds of coins or big bags of money and jumping in and out of an armored truck, it honestly gets very tiring. But that was the point of Little Jimmy, to embrace the suck, to make the day suck so bad that when you took Little Jimmy off, you were happy the rest of your career in the armored truck industry. Seriously.
I
because
like it.
You know as much as I do that the air conditioner stopped working in the armored truck after a while. Or the armored truck would heat up and the air conditioner just didn't do shit.
Yeah.
So, because I was on a 3-man crew, I actually got out with the messenger, and I would just death march that fucker the entire goddamn day. You're not going fast enough. Why the fuck did you drop the bag? You know, are you looking to your left and right as you're walking through each doorway? I mean, it's just one of those things, you know.
Yeah.
Survival, but I mean, I'm also trying to make sure that their integrity is there.
Yeah.
Their drive.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's really hard to get respect in that industry unless you actually get out of the truck and take the risk of getting the money.
Sure.
But Little Jimmy was one of my tools that I used. It's sort of like the handcuffs and bullwhip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Now we have Little Jimmy.
Yeah.
I
have Little Jimmy.
Now we have Now we're getting out the wigs and the role playing.
Uh-huh.
Now we're getting into some weird like psychological turn-ons.
Yeah. So,
dude,
for people that don't know what the vest actually is, or how it's put on,
I don't know anything about. I mean, I just know. Again, my limit is video games. Put on the vest so I can shoot more people because I'm stable. It's
man, I'm a tier 1 operator.
Yeah.
And I play a lot of Call of Duty, so all the hours I spent playing video games translate into real life.
Yeah.
No, so here's the front plate. You flip it over you. Obviously, this is not the right way, but you put your head right through here.
Uh-huh.
It would come down, and there's a bunch of hook and loop Velcro, if you will. Each side of the plate here has the other Velcro on it, and you wrap it around, and then you fold it over.
Can I?
And then it's on you.
Is it? Would it be too much of a hassle to see the plate?
No, absolutely not.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Jesus. Now who makes that?
Strike Face.
Strike Face.
AR500. Man, AR500, they're a pretty decent company. The supply and demand really beats them up because the wait time when I got these plates was 7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, depending on what you get, wait up to 12 weeks.
Jeez.
So I mean, you drop $400 and you don't see anything in return for like 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what some people have to do. But I got these on like a buy one get one for like an Independence Day sale, man.
Ooh.
It was awesome.
Ooh.
Right?
Now, can you upgrade the plate, or are you? What's like the limit of what civilians can buy? Or can you go all out like EOD suit?
I really hope someone watching this can fact check me on this, because I kind of like to think that I know a little bit about body armor.
Sure.
There are different ratings from the FBI. I think it's the NJ III or II or something like that. But they rate it as level 1, 2, 3A, 3, and then level 4. Level 4 is 762 by 54 armor piercing, but it's not multi-strike, it's one strike. That's ceramic. That's the typical issue for the U.S. Army and Marines, I believe. It's actually a lot lighter than steel, but the level 3 is equivalent, but not armor piercing. Fact check me. But level 1 and 2, level 1 I think stops up to 9mm.
Okay.
Level 2 stops up to 45 ACP. Anyone listening to this, please fact check me. But level 3A stops up to 44 Magnum. I'll tell you one thing. If I'm ever hit with 44 Magnum on soft body armor, it's going to break ribs.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Yeah.
If you don't die from the round piercing your body, you're going to die from blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Levels 1 through 3A are typically soft body armor.
Now, what's that?
There is a great soft body armor. I wish I had my other carrier with me.
Like more like Kevlar?
Yes.
Okay.
Kevlar.
Okay.
When you get to level 3, not 3A, you're actually talking about steel plates.
Okay.
Or ceramic.
Okay. Now, why would you have something like ceramic where it only stops one hit?
It weighs less.
Is that like a VIP shit?
No. Ceramic. And actually, I think that's a pretty good question that I need to do a bit more research on. I could take a shot in the dark in saying that it's just a little cheaper to produce, and you can get a higher one-strike capability. But as far as level 4 goes,
what's level 4?
There is another level higher than that.
Is that?
And it's level 5.
What's level 5?
Level 5 was actually classified, and you can Google it. Look up Dragon Skin.
I was about to say Dragon Skin.
Dragon
I remember
Skin.
that from
that was actually classified.
Future Weapons. Remember that show, Future Weapons?
Yep. Dude, that was like 2004.
That was
and
old.
It's 2020 and it's still classified.
Dragon.
What the fuck could it stop?
Well, I think Dragon Skin body armor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Can't find it. And the reason why the military, if I'm not mistaken, didn't want it was due to how the scales were manufactured. There's some sort of it's like a polyurethane type of material. When it's left in a Humvee or if it's left in a really hot environment, it actually starts to remelt, and it lowers the capability of the body armor. I believe that's the reason why.
Dragon Skin has been found not in compliance with the NIJ's testing program and has been removed. Yeah. The Central Intelligence Agency is a big purchaser of Dragon Skin.
I wonder why.
Yeah, so there's looks like an X-ray image of it, maybe.
Oh my god, that's beautiful, man.
It is.
Ooh.
Dragon Skin is a type of ballistic vest formerly made by the now defunct company Pinnacle Armor in Missoula, Montana. Hey, that's in Far Cry 5. They talk about Missoula. What's Dragon Skin structure testing? U.S. Army bans privately purchased body armor on March 30th, 2006. The Army banned all privately purchased commercial body armor.
Yeah. Yep.
Dragon Skin is superior performance, blah, blah, blah. Designed to protect generals and VIPs. So maybe they're over, I don't know. I'm thinking like Bush meeting with like
the mobility of the scales.
Oh, I think you said nobility.
Did you get that?
Oh, you did say nobility. I think you said mobility. So it's
no.
Nobility?
No, I said mobility.
Oh, I thought you said nobility. I was thinking like nobility, like nobles, like royal nobles.
Peasants.
I was thinking like knights in shining armor, like the nobles and like, the high priests. And it's for the nobles, the nobility of the scales. I mean, that's what I figured it was for, though. It'd be like, it'd be for like the general going up and talking to, the guys in the mess, or Bush going to see him on Thanksgiving. Or a VIP, they have their own protection detail. If something happens, strap that bitch on them and they throw them in the truck. Because you're probably only going to hit them once with a pot shot. Might as well have the best thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not going to get off more than one shot if it's at a VIP.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get off one shot, and then you're going to get raped in the face by a wall of lead. Right?
So during the NJ or NIJ, I think it was, during the trials, I think there were a total of 5 vests that were shot the shit. Just shot the fuck. And what ended up happening was they lost one. somehow, and it actually appeared up on eBay. And seriously, yeah. So what ended up happening is I think a government official bought it, and they confirmed that it was the missing vest, and they interrogated the hell out of this person on how we got it and just scared the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Because it's classified material.
Yeah. Dude.
But it's interesting because it reminds me of the stealth Black Hawk program that they were running a while ago, and they said that they completely canned it. But when they went to get Osama bin Laden, they had to blow up one of their Black Hawks, and there were some similarities between the stealth manufacturing of like the tail rotor from that old program between Dragon Skin.
Was that in Dragon Skin?
No. Like between Dragon Skin, like how they did the trials with Dragon Skin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're like, "Oh no, it's bad," and they canned it.
Yeah,
but it's still around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what a perfect. By the way, I can go a little past 6. The reason why I said
too,
yeah. The reason why I said 6 sharp is because I've been having unpredictable, horrific diarrhea today, and I was like,
really?
I was like, and I've been having like hours of like an hour at a time, 1 hour at a time of like peace, and like. I was like, so I know that I can get like an hour, and I haven't shit in like 3 hours. So I'm good to keep talking,
it's imminent.
But it might, at a certain point, it might be like, hey, Brad, let's wrap this one up. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm just going to be like,
I gotta take a break, and you just never come back.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's not like, it's not like this is like, dinner with like my, non-existent girlfriend's family. I'm just gonna be like, hey, Brad, I gotta have diarrhea. So.
No, this is locker room talk.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. My stomach can hear us talking. It's like it's daring me to keep going. So I'm gonna call its bluff and keep going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is like what I mean. There's no better way to like really throw people off the tail or the scent of classified material. It's one thing if you classify it. That's one way to do it. The next. I think the better way to do it, if you can pull it off, is to not even like classify it, but don't even let them know it's classified. Be like, nah, this thing fucking sucks. We're not using it. Because that's what I mean. Ben Rich, who led the stealth program for Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, he talks about all the deceptive tactics they use, even on like our own military, just to keep only a very few in the loop. And towards the end of the book, he brings up hypersonics, Mach 5 and above, and how the Pentagon wanted him to work on. So the SR-71 Blackbird went Mach 3, a little north of Mach 3. Some say as much as Mach 3.3. All right, the space shuttle.
Some say I think they went like 3.2.
Yeah.
Above that,
it's classified. The top speed is still classified.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, well, they said Brian Shul, S-H-U-L, the author of Sled Driver, he was a pilot, and he said that in his mind, he said that he tipped 3.3, but he also said that I think that the general consensus amongst the pilots and the engineers was that it would deliver whatever you asked for. Now, whether or not it survived it was up to, they didn't know. And these things were so valuable and rare that there was no point in destroying them. Yeah. But he said that like if you told it to do like he thinks if you told it to do like Mach 3.78, he said he thinks it would have done it. It probably just would have broken apart. But he said that the engines didn't have the word no in their vocabulary. They would just be like, let's do it. Not. Yeah. But
I mean, it's so crazy to think that SR-71 it was liquid nitrogen cooled in some of its systems.
Yeah. It's insane.
I mean, just to think of like all the friction heat from the damn thing. I mean, it's even crazy to think that there were no true seals on its fuel tank. It actually had to do mid-air refueling.
Yeah.
It was dripping like a fucking gunshot wound.
Yeah.
Until it got above a certain speed.
Yeah, and then it would heat up and extend. Yeah. And the thing is they still don't have that problem figured out. Like they discussed, a recent guy discussed like 5 years ago. He was doing like a history on the SR-71, and he was like, you saying that, and he's like, and it's easy in 2015 to look at this and say, like, those primitive people, like, they didn't have the technology. He goes, we still do not have adhesives that meet the requirements. But yeah, so Ben Rich goes into hypersonics and said in like the 80s under Reagan, the Pentagon came to him and said they wanted him to look into a Mach 12 strike aircraft. And he goes into this very long-winded, like, chapter-long, hypersonics will never work. We've tried. It's just not worth it. Stop even looking at this. And he's very adamant about it won't even work. From the guy that's all about pushing the envelope and building dream machines in the 60s. And here he is going, it's not going to work. And he's also the entire book telling you about deceptive things they do. So me and Paul Whitcomb were talking about it, and he picked up on that too. He was like, to me, that's almost like that makes me think that okay, they have hypersonics. Because he's like, it doesn't work. It
never happened.
We couldn't do that. That's crazy. No, we never. I mean, what better smokescreen?
Seriously.
Yeah, I was listening to
a especially when you're the guy that wants to push the envelope. If the guy that wants to push the envelope says we can't go any farther, then why would you look any farther?
Exactly. But yeah, why would you look any farther when the guy that pushes the farthest says there's nothing more? But at the same time, nothing like raises a red flag more than the guy that doesn't back down from challenges, who used cryogenic cooling on the aircraft while well before color TVs were a thing,
That's crazy to think, man.
Yeah, and he goes, it can't be done. It's like that's like Tom Brady telling you can't do another season. I can't go another season. You're like, so you're gonna go another, right? Michael Jordan saying you can't
the 3 seasons.
Yeah,
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Michael Jordan being like, you can't win more than 3 championships. It's like, so so now he's just doing 2 a days in the gym, right? That's what I think. So, yeah, same with, I guess, Dragon Skin. It doesn't work. It's a stupid show. The host was a moron.
Yeah.
Don't look into this. Don't look into CIA purchases.
Right?
Yeah. So I watched this thing that came out the other day. It was called, it was like a play on the words, like innocent till proven guilty. It was,
okay.
What the fuck was it? It was like, God damn it. It was like let me find the exact wording because I liked the wording.
Yeah.
Hold on. And extraordinary until proven otherwise. And it's about the Tic Tacs, the UFO Tic Tacs in 2004 over the USS Nimitz. And I've devoured just about all the material on that I can. The Joe Rogan interviews with Commander Fravor, Jeremy Corbell, Bob Lazar, blah, blah, blah. I've watched him on the Fighter Pilot podcast. I've watched all the videos. I've read about it. I've got my rocks off. But what I heard yesterday was a report from some, like, inner guys in the Navy. And this isn't some like, conspiracy. It's just, they're sitting there. They're in their uniforms. They got their name tags. You can look it up. And they're talking towards the end. And these are some tidbits I had never heard before. It was one of the guys going like, there's someone from the Air Force going like, yeah, no, we were tracking this, we tracked these things with our, with like NORAD's radars, which just cover the Earth. And he's like, it's weird because we're all freaking out. Like, what the fuck are these things? And he goes, like, I remember bringing it to my superior, and he looked at it and was just like, kind of not interested. And he goes, to me, that just shows like, oh, he's read into this. I mean, like, I don't mean like he's done his reading. I mean, he has literally read in
what it is.
Yeah, the terminology read into a program. Apparently, I guess, what is the correct term for whoever is like on like the top guy on the aircraft carrier? Captain, admiral?
Yeah, I think so.
Whoever
I
it
believe
is,
it's admiral.
Whoever was the top guy. I am the captain now of the USS Nimitz. Apparently, they came back and they showed him like the imagery, and they said he looked at it for 5 seconds and said he just kind of like almost looked a little bit like, "Why are you showing me this?" and just walked away.
Yeah.
So to me, that just says like, oh, okay. There's a handful of very high up people that seemed Even like the government, the
people that just roll their eyes like,
like they said they brought it to like the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and apparently they were like, you can have like 100,000 to research it or whatever, and they were like, this could be alien craft, and they're like, you should definitely look into it. And they said their complete disinterest. They said that was just the biggest, like, it was like painted guilty on your forehead. Just
I mean, I actually think that when they first found out whatever knowledge that they had, that they were like super excited about it, like, whoa, this is really cool. But as it just kept reoccurring, it's sort of like duct tape. When you put it on your arm and you rip it off, it hurts at first, but if you reapply it, it doesn't hurt as much. It's sort of that concept where it just becomes more of a nuisance because it's more paperwork for you, or that sort of thing. I could see it that way, I think.
I think that's what it probably is, and it's a unique way to go about it. Like, why wouldn't you just declassify it? And what better way? We've talked about this before. I don't know if it's you and me or if it was just this podcast in general, but we've talked about like what better way to test it than to, because a test is one thing, but it's almost like a double-blind placebo test. Like the best tests are the ones where people don't know they're in a test because there's no, there's no altered outcomes or placebo effects or confirmation biases. What better way to test it than not in Nellis in Nevada with a bunch of stations and radars and equipment, and it's going to go over at exactly 6:04 p.m. What better way to test it than to just yeet that fucker out over a strike group who has no idea that they are the test, except maybe the captain, but no one else. So they all do. It's all real time. Like let's fucking scramble some fighters, get up there, like track this thing immediately. And if the best Navy in the world can't stop it, bring it down, or see what it is, well, then that's the stamp of approval. Because how is any lesser power going to stop it, right?
Yeah. One question that I've always asked myself was, so we all know the B-2 bomber, right? Big stealth aircraft. I had on
a pilot.
Yeah.
General Spaulding. Okay.
That's why I bring it up.
Oh, okay.
What's the second generation of that aircraft?
B-21.
Really?
B-21 Raider. Yeah.
What's the third generation? I'm trying to get to...
B-21's not out yet.
Point here.
B-21, it's not out yet.
Yeah, but the point is it's out there. And it's just so advanced that... I think my point was it's just the technology's out there, and maybe the public is not ready for it. Does that kind of make sense?
I get where you're coming from. I don't like that. Yeah. I've never liked that point. Not that it's not a valid point. I don't like that justification by like the powers. They're not ready for it. What do you mean we're not ready? Like, not ready for what? People's parents die all the time. Their kids die. If you can deal with that,
you can. Ready for hypersonic aircraft. Maybe cities can't take a sonic boom of a Mach 12.
But I mean, we have rockets that hit Mach 23 going into orbit. Like we already deal with it. We know how to do it. Do it way out over the ocean, hundreds, thousands of miles from shore. We can't deal with hypersonics. Like we have instant internet with like the craziest porn in the world. Like we can handle that. Right. Or I'll still go to work. Right? We're handling
use a VPN.
We're handling a pandemic, like I would say, in stride. All things considered, we're handling it in stride. Like that's not to diminish the near 200,000 deaths. Like I'm not saying that, or the trillions lost in global economy. But I mean, go back to any other pandemic in the literal history of Homo sapiens. Mm-hmm. The fact that like we're still sitting here with our laptops and internet and electricity and air conditioning and refrigerated food and just doing a podcast at light speed while doing a pandemic, like we're taking it in stride. Like we took 9/11.
Absolutely.
We took 9/11 in stride. All things considered, we took that in stride, right? So that's what I mean.
No, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So the idea.
Taking economic downturn with stride too. To kind of go back onto global pandemics. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there's been like 2 or 4 times the amount of deaths in the Spanish flu so far.
With
I believe.
Really?
Like, yeah.
What's the
fact check me on that one?
I will. What do you think the what do you think the global death toll is right now? Global death toll, not cases. Global death toll.
I honestly turned off the TV about 2 months ago.
I don't watch TV.
It just got so depressing. So it's really hard to find a total global death toll just because some countries aren't reporting, right? Like, we'll never know.
We'll never know in China.
Total cases are in North Korea.
Yeah. No. So
China, yeah, for sure. But I mean, I would at least say let's go 1 million.
Million? Let's see.
Deaths.
Million. All right. So I'm gonna say
someone on your podcast is cringing for how uninformed I am, man.
I don't think that's wrong. I honestly don't know if it's more or less. I'm deciding on. You said 1 million.
Yeah.
I think.
Here's how
I think 1.5. I think 1.5.
If it is 1.5, how I'm getting that number is I know total cases in the United States a couple months ago was 1.2 million.
Yeah.
And if the infection or death rate is 1%, that's 90 or 100,000 deaths. And that's just one of the modern countries. So I'm trying to kind of average that out to all of Europe and Asia. And I'm thinking about 1 million.
Coronavirus has killed 843,000. I was wrong. I said 1.5, but 25 million cases.
Damn. Crazy, though.
I said 1.5. Yours was more accurate. 843,000.
Yeah. So, how many total deaths so far?
Brad, you there?
Because that.
You there? Brad, are you there?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? You can't hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Internet. It seems like the internet's getting diarrhea too, so we'll time is of the essence. But
I think it's right around 4 million that died from the Spanish flu.
Let's see. Spanish flu death toll. Let us Spanish flu deaths. 50 million.
50 million?
50 million. Right now, COVID deaths are at 843,000.
I mean, compared to Spanish flu, do you think we're kind of taking coronavirus in stride as well? I mean,
yeah.
Not to diminish everyone that's died.
Didn't you say that there was more COVID deaths than Spanish flu deaths?
No. I said that there was more Spanish flu deaths than COVID, I believe.
Oh, I thought you said there was... Okay. I thought you said there was more COVID deaths than Spanish flu. I was like, you were off by a lot.
No.
A rather large number.
Yeah, no, that's in partly by technology and just modern medicine, too.
Absolutely.
I mean... There are some really cool pictures back in like the 1912s or 14s where people at basketball games were wearing masks and stuff, and it was kind of reminiscent of what's going on today.
Yeah.
But I think compared to Spanish flu, we're taking the coronavirus in stride to kind of build up on what we were talking about.
Yeah. I wonder if this is the catalyst for something else, though. Like, I don't know what. Working from home, maybe this is just
working from home, education at home, trying to cut out the social connection that the general public has. Could be a conspiracy there.
I like that conspiracy idea. Isolate everyone, so their reality is no longer reality. Your reality is only through your screen, and thus, so if they say that X is happening, you believe X instead of going outside and being like, it doesn't look like it's rioting. It's sunny. The birds are chirping. Maybe.
Yep, absolutely.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad I met my wife when I did, because the whole dating scene during this pandemic,
Jesus,
it's apparently going on, but I mean, it's just one of those weird things of, I could be going on a date with someone that has the coronavirus. I mean, do we really want to risk that?
Yeah, it's kind of like the new AIDS. Ooh,
right?
I don't know if we should rush into bed, right? Did you get tested? I found out I had. Did you get?
Please don't take your mask off.
Please don't take your mask off. It's just. You didn't wear a mask last night? I was drunk. I'm sorry, Becky. You
gotta go get tested.
Yeah. And then she finds out she has it. It was all the other girls. It was only a matter of time. I just knew it would, just to bring back a new girl.
It was the way that she took off her mask that just set me right off.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Well, things started the way she took off her mask from across the bar. And I just knew that she was...
And she had all of her teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the way she took off her mask when everyone else had theirs on that I knew right then and there that she was a retarded bimbo. Right? Yeah, man. It's
yeah, so glad I'm happily married and I'm not dealing with the whole dating scene nowadays.
Dude,
Sorry on your end, man.
Yeah, whatever. Think about all the kids starting college right now, or that they were supposed to start. They were supposed to have their college experience, and they gotta stay home. You just finished high school. You've been looking forward to this for 18 years.
Yep.
Moving out of mom and dad's.
Getting out of mom and dad's
gonna
house.
Drink. Gonna fuck.
Yep.
Party. Frat. At home.
The only college story I have is not one of my experiences, but one of my coworkers.
Okay.
One of my coworkers, he used to live in a frat house. He didn't go to college, but he was renting out a room in the frat house. And what he and some of his buddies did was during the first day of college, they had a sign that read, "Freshman fathers, thank you for your freshman daughters." And they certainly got a complaint, and they had to take down the sign and stuff because a lot of people complained.
There was one at Valdosta when I was there. Maybe it was UGA. It was, it was for all the dads dropping off. And it said, "They've always called you daddy. It's our turn." God damn, man. They were savages.
Parts of me wish I kind of had that college experience, but another part of me is really thankful that I just went straight into the workforce and started paying into Social Security.
I think that's...
Seriously.
I honestly think that that's probably the way to go. Like,
yeah.
Unless you're going to a specific grad school, med school, law school, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think it's necessary. It's a lot of my friends went into...
check this shit out. I think you remember me telling you how I wanted to become an industrial mechanic at a paper mill, right?
Yeah.
Well, that shit just took a turn. I'm still going to be at the paper mill, but I found out where the real money is, man.
Yeah.
The real money. So, a boiler engineer. What they do is they operate boilers. You know, they heat up water and the water turns to steam, and the steam powers generators, electric generators. So it is a class 2A, what you can work up to, which is the highest level of a boiler engineer that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get into like the chief engineer, I think the bottom pay grade is like 1 or 2C, $175,000 a year.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, but see, the thing is you also need to have 12,000 hours of operating experience.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, I've always been more intelligent than more brain than brawn, I think the term is.
I think you're I think you're beautiful regardless. I think you got plenty of brawn.
Oh, well, thank you. So I was thinking that instead of becoming an industrial mechanic, next time they have an interview for a boiler engineer, go for that. Because, hell, man, if I'm going to be in the same place, I mean, if I'm still there, I still get my pension, still contribute to my 401k and all that other stuff. It's that paycheck, man.
Fuck yeah. You're doing, it's
right.
Like, you still got to do X hours of work a week.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Yeah.
Like, people that make, people that make much more money, a lot more money than other people, don't necessarily work more.
Well, see, and the cool thing is it goes by the pay scale, too, because after 15 hours, so it goes special boiler operator license, which is 0 hours of experience. And then it goes 2C. And the difference between special boiler and 2C is 15 hours.
Okay.
That's my average day at work.
Yeah.
In one shift, I could just take the test the following day.
Yeah.
As long as my boss does the paperwork right, and then just get a pay raise.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like 2,000 hours, 4,000 hours, 8,000 hours, that sort of thing, up the pay scale. And I mean, with just how much I work, I mean, 7 days a week. I mean, it's sort of like how we were talking about podcasts. You know, I mean,
the painting. You're painting the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be. You're gonna blink your eyes, and you're gonna blink your eyes, and we're gonna be doing a podcast. So you're gonna be like, I am a head boiler engineer now.
Yeah.
That's how it happens, though. That's how it happens.
Seriously.
We're gonna look back on this. So wave to future us, future Tommy and Brad. If you guys are both still alive, hi. You're welcome. Hope you're enjoying it, dick cheeses, because we're doing it. You assholes are out there sitting. I hope by then,
future Tommy, man, you'll have your own house, and you'll be more popular than fucking Joe Rogan and stuff. Man, I can see it.
Dude, I hope.
And you better copyright that American flag background,
well,
too.
the thing about this is it's actually, you can't copyright that. You mean that's not your flag? I thought you made that. Wow. That's neat.
I hand-stitched every star, man.
I created the design. Yeah. You're going to have 10 more fucking M4s right there. Maybe like a Barrett 50 cal. Yeah.
By the way, those are actually cheap. I could have gotten one.
I thought those were like $50,000.
M42A1 is only, it was like $6,500, $7,000.
No, I was talking about Barrett 50 cals.
Yeah, an M42A1.
I thought those were like $50,000.
No. Google that shit up right now.
What about an Anzio 20?
A what?
An Anzio 20.
I have no idea what firearm that is.
It's the Barrett's big brother.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The 20 millimeter cannon.
Oh, okay.
The little one's the Barrett.
And you know, there just comes a point to where you just don't have a large enough gun safe. So I mean, that's like a fire mantle thing.
Fuck that, dude. You build a safe for that
that's
puppy.
Beautiful.
You stop the protest.
I believe it's the M42A1. I think the A2 is what is currently going through the military right now, and those are like the $20,000 ones.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of like surplus A1s, and they're selling them dirt cheap. My friend got one of them, and let me tell you one thing: just sitting behind a 50 cal and squeezing the trigger, I mean,
that's an experience.
I fucking love America, man. I fucking love America.
One of my friends, several of my friends, but one of them specifically served in Iraq.
Yep.
And he was like, man, because there is nothing like sitting behind an automatic 50 cal on a turret. He goes, you are just riding the lightning. He goes, I've brought down tree lines, just cleared parts of a forest. Just
that's awesome.
We need to go that way. I'll get rid of the trees.
Let me quickly check my battery on this. I just want to make sure that we're not. Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I still have 7. That equates to about like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. Let's we'll wrap this bitch up at 6:30 my time. So 14 minutes.
Cool.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man, the Anzio 20mm. Civilians can buy it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So when you get to that caliber, the ATF may actually classify it something other than a firearm, and I don't know where the cutoff is.
Okay.
So, for example, when you go and buy a tank, which as a United States citizen you can do.
Fuck yeah.
But the tank that you could normally buy has a deactivated turret gun. Now, you could reactivate it, but you actually have to submit a form to the ATF and get approved for what's called a destructive device. For every tank munition that you buy per round, you have to fill out separate paperwork for a destructive device. There is a point where that cannon on the tank, it's not considered a firearm. Now, that 20mm might be considered a destructive device.
Yeah, where's the line?
I don't know where that line is, but there is a line like that. Like, for example, not necessarily a bazooka, but a shoulder-fired rocket that's considered a destructive device.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Well, I think the 20mm was designed as like an anti-tank rifle.
Yeah.
You just punch a hole right where the driver is.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
Oof, 20mm, man. Yeah, that's some scary shit.
That's some big boy.
Seriously.
A10 is 30mm.
Brr.
It's still like if you saw how big the Anzio was to the 50 cal, the Barrett, and then think that the A10 is above that, and it fires something
if I'm
like.
Not mistaken, the airframe of the A10 Warthog was designed around the 30mm cannon. It spans the entire length of the aircraft.
Yeah. No, it is.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, it is. It's well, it was designed for Soviet tank columns back when we were still trying to go tit for tat with like ground forces, and we were just like, we're gonna turn these fuckers into Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
But I mean, isn't each ball like the size of like a Coke can, or not Coke can, like a Red Bull?
Believe it or not, I think I have a deactivated 30mm round somewhere. But just to give you a general, like a general size, shell and all, it's about that long. So, shit. Man, I really wish I knew where it was.
Don't worry about it. I've seen pictures of guys holding them.
It's gonna fucking bother me now. If I ever find it, I'll send you a picture up against a shotgun shell or around a 5.56. But it's crazy, man. Seriously.
Man, I've always wanted to see. I've made Photoshops of it before. I've always wanted to see because like there's always like the C-130 gunship, right?
Yeah.
And there's always like I've made Photoshops before of like a C5 Galaxy gunship, the AC5. Mm-hmm. But I want to see like a step further. I want to see a C5 as an A10, but instead of a 30mm GAU8, a GAU8, it would be like a 45mm, maybe 50mm.
So what you want is like battleship turret guns on a A130. Is that what you're saying?
Jesus, dude, can you imagine that? I've been thinking why would they put a railgun on one of those? I mean,
a railgun on what? An aircraft?
A C5. Imagine just you can put that fucker up like 200 miles from a target. Hi, kitty. You could just snipe shit.
Yeah.
At hypersonic speeds.
I honestly think that the recoil from a cannon of that size would push the aircraft a few hundred feet, because I think that's Newton's first, second, or third law, where it's like for every action there's an equal but opposite reaction.
But don't they have like recoilless guns? You don't think they could figure that shit out?
Yes, yeah, they absolutely do. They do. They use the gas to mitigate the recoil. But when you are talking about pressures of around that size, you would have to really engineer something around that, and you're tripling the weight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you're tripling the weight, airplanes don't fly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you probably have to design the craft from the ground up.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you go, well, why don't...
Unless it's a UFO, man, and you got your fucking death ray.
Fuck yeah. Well, yeah, I was going to say, because at that point, you go, why put a railgun on it? Why don't we just put a laser, right? Light speed. And but then if you're going to go laser, why even put it on an aircraft? Why not just put it in space?
Well, I think the Air Force was testing like 10 years ago.
Yeah, the YAL.
Lasers that were on like a converted commercial jet or
747.
Like
yeah, we put them on the front of a 747 right after 9/11. We started building those to shoot down ICBMs, and I think the technology worked. I think they got it. But I've always thought, the ultimate end game would be in an orbital, a space-based, not rods from God, not an actual orbital weapon.
You broke up.
Brad?
Hello?
Are we there? Can you see me?
Hello? You are frozen.
God, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, well, my internet's fucking up. Let's wrap this bitch up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, let's wrap this bitch up then.
Wrap it up?
Yeah.
Man, you got a lot of editing to do.
No, I don't. No, that's not, dude, it's my internet. It's not you. It's me, not you. I swear.
Yeah. I swear.
I swear.
Bullshit, man. Hell yeah. Kind of sucks the internet. It got in the way. I could have gone a little bit longer. Cool to do another one?
Fuck yeah, I am.
Cool.
Of course, dude.
Awesome.
Of course.
Cool. Well, I got some guns to play with. Well, safe firearm handling, but I gotta clean some guns.
Fuck that. You got some Riders melons to pop. Boo! Don't pop it!
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, hey, have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Huh? All right.
Peace.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye, man.